Shots from the Winchester podcast presents Shots on the Go, brought to you by Greencastle Consulting, your nation's premier strategy execution firm. On this season of Shots on the Go, we're exploring veteran-owned and operated businesses who are vendors at the upcoming annual Vetfest put on by Greencastle Consulting in Malvern, Pennsylvania in September. Vetfest highlights some of the area's most outstanding veteran-owned and operated businesses.
All right, what's up, humans? We're out here at Eagles Rest Cellars with Royce Featherman.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for the time for us to come out here and do this. But this is an amazing property, and I just want to show you guys real quick. Look at this. This is a whole vineyard, and the property is just absolutely immaculate. It's beautiful. So first of all, tell us a little bit about Eagles Rest Cellars.
Well, Eagles Rest Cellars was started by myself, my wife, and my daughter back in 2015. That's when we put the plants in, the grapevines, in lieu of Christmas trees, because prior it was Eagles Rest Tree Plantation, a Christmas tree choose and cut farm. So while we phased out of Christmas trees, we have gone to the Vineyard and winery. And we opened up in October 2018 and been running ever since.
That's amazing. And this is such a beautiful landscape. The area that we're in, just so that the audience understands where we're at, Stroudsburg,
Pennsylvania. So you're looking at 3 miles from Delaware Water Gap, the New Jersey border of Route 80. And we're looking at a 200-acre parcel in beautiful Cherry Valley, a pristine valley running just south of Stroudsburg Main Street, about 2 miles. Very easy to get to, exit 307 off of Route 80, and you get a little bit of the best of both worlds. You get beautiful downtown Stroudsburg in their vibrant nightlife and businesses. It's a college town. East Stroudsburg University is here, and then you hop over the hill and you come into the valley, and we have this beautiful scenery right here.
Yeah, it is absolutely beautiful here. Now we have also Mike Murray with us again from Greencastle Consulting, and we're just going to give us can you give us a tour around the location just so we can see what we got here?
You betcha. What we have here is a barn I built in 1986.
Wow.
And I built this right before going on to active duty. And we wanted a barn so we could put our equipment in and be able to do the Christmas trees when you panned out to the vineyard. That was our first 10,000 trees that we planted all the way out and around the knoll there.
Wow.
And we did that for 38 years.
Wow, 38 years. So you started out with the Christmas trees.
We did. We bought the farm from an old farmer who was produce, potatoes, strawberries, corn. And he had lifetime rights to the house across the street and to the 10-year rights to the fields.
Wow.
So he was able to make some money as he sold the farm to my father. And my father wanted something to do. He was a veteran also.
Wow.
United States Air Force, 15 years, flew helicopters and fixed wing. He gave that up for a glamorous life as a TWA pilot. He flew, his favorite planes were the L-1011 and the C-747.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
so.
Well, thank you both for your service.
Thank you.
Definitely. So where do you want us to go first?
Well, we'll talk about the barn again. So the barn has many functions. I've rebuilt it 3 times. Fortunately, we just painted it last week. So
good. Yeah, good
it's got a nice, fresh, sun-dried tomato look to it.
Yeah.
It's a nice tasting room inside where we serve our wines that we make here. We have 15 different wines that we make. And with that, we also serve craft beer, locally sourced craft beer.
Nice.
And then there's another veteran-owned silverback distillery in which we have distilled spirits that we can make specialty drinks with.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's our tasting room / storage room and office up top. And that's part of our logo, as you'll see here, with the 40-foot Concella tree that we planted a long time ago. And in our eagles, we get out here quite frequently. Don't know where they live. They do traverse the property daily, and there's anywhere from 3 of them to I've seen 5 at one time.
So the namesake then, I assume?
Well, actually, Eagles Rest comes from my father being a pilot. So he was a pilot. Eagle is synonymous with it. This is where he was going to retire. So Eagles Rest Tree Plantation was the reason for the name. My father was born a half mile that way in Stroudsburg, PA. He died in his house up on the knoll there on the property, lived a full life, and was a very giving, nice man.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So what's next? What do we got?
Well, let's go into the vineyard.
Okay, yeah, let's take it
let's talk. Let's just flow this way. Okay.
Yeah.
We have our outdoor tent here and our outdoor bar. Okay. We'll have music Saturday and Sunday, sometimes Friday, Saturday, Sunday throughout the summer months going into the fall. We'll also pop tents up out here just to break the sun from heating people up. And it's just a beautiful little venue to escape, have your flight of wine and listen to some great music.
Oh, that's beautiful, yes.
So they're overlooking our vineyard. The vineyard is 900 plus vines.
Yeah.
We have 4 different types of grapes that we grow. We grow a Frontenac Blanc, a Brianna, and a Petite Pearl.
Wow.
The Petite Pearl gives us our nice, bold, dry red wine. The grape itself was developed from a University of Minneapolis, what's the name of a winemaker? Enologist.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks.
Enologist.
All right. It's a big word for military, you know?
Yeah.
So, and he made it somewhat disease resistant. It works for this area. All of my grapes go to minus 34 degrees Fahrenheit, so I won't have a kill in the wintertime. And you can see they are just flourishing right now. Let's go a little bit further in. I'll show you a little bit about grapevines in the Poconos. Right now they're producing these nice long canes. On the canes themselves, we have these beautiful flowering bunches, which will be the grapes once they come out.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And so we're just, actually, they may have pollinated, they may be, I don't think they have pollinated yet, but once they pollinate, they'll become a grape. Everything's healthy. 2015 we put these in, and you got a nice green look to them. No funguses on them. Well, we do have the spotted lanternfly. Detrimental to Northeast PA. I guess it's going into New Jersey now and so forth. And they are in the vineyard. I could find one. I'm almost sure. We have the sign up there to show the people. One reason I don't expand the vineyard quite yet is if I put the money into a plant in the infrastructure, which is quite substantial, those buggers will have it decimated in no time at all.
You just more or less just be out here feeding them.
They would be feeding, yes.
Wow.
They'll be getting fed and I'll be going broke.
We don't want that.
We don't want that, no.
So with my 4 grapes, we make 7 different wines out of them because the reds we'll go ahead and blend. It makes a fantastic layover. All my, and then with the reds themselves, I make Divert and Haynav. All of my grapes and wines are named after aviation terms just to differentiate us from other people. So does it get confusing a little bit? Well, nobody's really going to know what a Frontenac or a Petite Pearl is because it's not a Cabernet or a Merlot.
Right.
So we just go ahead with the names. Once they find out what they like, they just come in and order it by the aviation term.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. Is that something that you thought out mostly from your military, from your military career and your father's military career?
From my, yes, in my military career, which was navigator on the C-130 Hercules. So started that in 1988.
Wow.
And met my wife in nav school. So we've been married since then. She was a navigator on the KC-135.
Wow.
And I retired, I think it was 2012, 24 years.
Oh, so your life, you went all the way with it?
I did.
Oh, nice.
I did 5 years active duty, and then I did 20 years reserve. And if you know anything about aviation, in the military, if you're a reserve aviator, you're always gone.
Yeah. You might as well be active in that race.
So
yeah.
I would be gone
Yeah.
to Willow Grove, right just south of here,
Yep.
really close to where you're going
Yeah.
this afternoon. And I would drive down there in non-war times and do a lot of training. I could work the farm all day long. I'd go down and instruct or give check rides at the night on the night lines.
Nice.
And then during wartime, we'd be activated. I'd be gone. So this is my hometown. My friends would jump in. They'd help during Christmas tree season and anything else, mowing, mechanics. They'd jump in and help me out. And I'm very grateful for everybody who has done that over the 25 years that I was in the military.
Wow.
And it certainly made life a lot easier for my daughter and my wife. So
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would work here all day, go down and fly. If I was activated, I'd just be gone. I'd come back, work crazy,
Yeah.
leave again.
Always,
So that was-
always working.
That was
Always
my
working, yeah.
life. So that's
Yeah.
and thus as the person that said at a winery over in New Jersey, so you want to start a winery, I guess you want to work the rest of your life.
Now this is a labor of love, I have to assume, but why wine? Why did you pick to turn this into a vineyard?
That's a great question, and so the Christmas trees were here,
Yeah.
and unless we planted every square inch of plantable land, growing Christmas trees, which is extremely hard,
Yeah.
backbreaking and intense labor,
Yeah.
we wouldn't make the money to pay the bills for the property. So my daughter and I are looking at it. She was a sophomore in high school, and we're like, what can we do in order to make this property sustain itself?
Yeah.
And we're kicking around. I'm out of the military now, and I go fact finding up and down the valley here, and I run into Randy Dietrich, who owns Blue Ridge Winery and Estates. Absolutely gorgeous winery, about 25 miles west of here.
Yeah.
Randy is a tremendously intelligent person with a ton of energy. So you'll know who I'm talking about when you see him, because he's moving. Okay?
Yeah.
I spent 45 minutes with Randy, and Randy said, "You want to start a winery? Well, let's start a winery." Never gave me a dime,
Right.
but was there for every phone call that I had to him.
That's valuable in itself.
Oh my God, the price tag's huge.
Yeah.
So he was there. He got us started in 3 years. He's still there for me. I could call him. He'll answer the phone, and he'll pass it on.
That's
as I
amazing.
do too. Deborah and I. Here's my wife Deborah, who came up.
Yeah.
And yes, we'll pass it along. 45 minutes to talk me into starting a winery, because I was given the Heisman. I am not starting a winery. And as much as I have done in the Air Force and flying around the world, this was quite an endeavor to accomplish.
Yeah.
And just when I get to the point of I don't know, I'd call Randy, and he'd pump me up and get me past that hurdle.
Wow.
So it was very nice.
Wow. Let me just rise this up a little bit, just so the audience can see how much vineyard is here. Look at this.
How breathtaking it is.
Like, it's absolutely breathtaking. Like,
Am I allowed to talk?
You
oh
may
yeah,
talk.
you
Now
can.
that I said that.
Come on over and
Yeah, come on.
introduce yourself.
Yeah, yeah. If you come near him,
You wanna
he
get it?
has the mic
Okay.
on. Yeah.
I was just going to say the view up there is really great.
Oh
Looking
yeah.
down over the winery.
Yeah.
Up above
We'll have
Eagles
to get
Rest
out there.
Nest, so yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And so now that you've done this together.
Right, yeah.
So what has been the journey so far? The hardships, the beauty of it all,
The rewards.
the rewards.
I think there's been more rewards than like hardships.
Yeah.
And, so I think certainly our military experience, we've gone through a lot of different things that helped us build tenacity and the attitude that we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think just the beauty being out here in nature, watching things grow. I was just amazed as I walked up because I could see the grapes starting and everything. So it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And I think today, it was so hot. I was like, why am I out here panting? But I think it's the reward that keeps me wanting to plant. And I'm starting more of a flower garden over there too. So when
That's
people
beautiful.
come, they can enjoy the flowers. And we're going to do some things with flower bars. So you can make I'll have them set up and you can make your own flower arrangement.
That's cool.
That's
So,
really neat.
so yeah, so just there's adventures that we're doing along the way that I think bring us a lot of joy to be able to share with other people.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, the beauty and sharing it with everybody.
Well, this is
sense.
absolutely fantastic, and like just coming out here feels therapeutic. You know,
Yeah.
just the being out here on nature, just being out here watching the birds fly. You were saying there eagles fly through here.
Right.
Just the majestic value of just being out here is amazing. So, thank you guys for doing all this. You know, like,
Tell people about it and bring them out here and enjoy this with
Yeah.
them. It's a pleasant afternoon.
absolutely.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
So how many people do you have, like, so what are your hours, and then how many people do you have come through, whether it's the weekends or whenever you guys are open?
Yeah.
So we're open Wednesday through Sunday, mostly 12. Well, we just increase our hours. So on the weekend we'll go 12 to 8. During Wednesday, Thursday we'll do 12 to 6.
Okay.
Wow,
Okay,
nice. Yeah.
and once again, reiterating, we'll do the music in the afternoon on Saturday and Sunday. We just started a food truck service. The food truck means food service. They don't actually have a truck, but they're
Yeah.
going to come on Thursdays, and they make up a menu every week. So it's going to be what they come up with their inspiration.
That's
And
awesome.
that's going to add to the fact that we have not been a food service winery up until this point. So at least on Thursdays, come on out and get a little bit of food and enjoy your wine, beer, distilled spirits.
We have a lot of trails. Appalachia Trail runs right by here, so it's good for outdoors, and we just wanted to preserve the outdoor spaces. That's what we really went for. We didn't put up this is our barn that we used to operate out of when we did choose and cut. Those were open bays back here, and then so we've created it into the tasting room, and we just wanted to use what we had already in terms of building and not put a lot of new big buildings on it.
Makes sense.
And highlight the outdoor spaces.
Yeah, and in keeping with
So-
the rustic value of what's here too, with the barn and everything like that, it all feels like it all fits in. There's nothing like there's not like any brand new structures here that seem out of place. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
We with the agriculture, we put pumpkins in last year. We had a fantastic crop because I had no idea how to grow pumpkins, and the problem was
They
nobody
actually
knew we
came
grew
up.
pumpkins. So we had a lot of pumpkins at the end of the year.
we
But
were hesitant to advertise. We have some confidence, but it's like we have to first make sure they grow.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to advertise more, and then also with our flowers, we'll be advertising more for that. But
That's great.
Yeah.
and we're going to grow
great.
some produce too. So
Okay,
hopefully with
nice.
the produce, we could go ahead and continue with the Thursday food with our own produce off of the farm.
That's a beautiful thing. There's a lot of sun here. And you've got a lot of really good
Right.
light here, which is amazing. So produce is a smart look.
yeah.
When do the grapes, when are they ripe? When are they ready to be picked?
The grapes will be, they all come at a different time, but the Briannas will be about the second week of August.
Okay.
We're looking
Okay.
at 16 to 18 bricks, which is a percentage of sugar within the grape itself.
Okay.
And they'll be ready for harvest, and we'll harvest them. We do the harvest with a bunch of high school friends or anybody who wants to help. And we'll crush right here in the parking lot. We'll press right here in the parking lot, and then we'll take it up and get it nice and cold and start working the whole system to make a beautiful white wine.
That's
The
amazing.
rest of them come in about every week after
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go
I was
from-
going to ask about the process of how you
Yeah.
get the wine from the grapes to the wine, in case there's people that don't understand how that works.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like,
We have-
what's that,
Great videos of that too.
that
oh,
old,
yeah, I'd love to see that.
what's
I'll
that
go
show?
through
The
here.
black and white, where they're crushing grapes.
Oh
They-
yeah, Lucy.
Yeah, I love Lucy, yeah.
Oh, I love
We
Lucy,
don't-
yeah.
Sometimes wineries have events like that where you can have that experience, but that's not what we do.
Oh, God. No feet in the wine.
No, beating the wine. No.
Do you want to talk about the old barn structure and the
so-
Hugel culture?
Yeah.
And
Well, you might jump in on the Hugel
I may.
culture because he likes the Hugel culture explanation. But this was the original barn on the property,
Nice.
and it right there is the root cellar. We call it the root cellar, but it was the cold cellar of the barn. So in the 1950s, the barn burned down, and so that was what was remaining. And so when we first opened, I wanted to create like a courtyard and Royce and I created it. We had some of the evergreen trees, and we did hugelkultur from that to build it up along the structure of the cold cellar.
Now, when you say
Hugel.
Hugelkultur.
Hugelkultur.
Yes.
So what does that mean?
So
ahead, Royce.
basically, I took about 200 old Christmas trees we weren't using, and I stuck them in the mound that goes alongside the foundation.
Okay.
And then I ran over it with my tractor to crush them all down.
Oh, I see.
And then I took other debris, leaves, branches, anything that we're cutting out on the farm.
So kind of like a compost.
Throw
Yes.
all in there, exactly. Throw it all in there, put a little bit of subsoil in there, put a nice layer of good soil on top, and the plants have the nutrients for their lifetime.
Wow.
So Deborah
Okay.
has a
Learned
combination
something.
of native plants in here on top of her other plants that she gets.
Yeah, there's honeysuckle, there's irises, daylilies,
Wow.
some helianthus, anemone. Some of those are native to the area.
We'll have these fire pits going, as well as I'll do makeshift fire pits. Where's my one
They're like
log? I took it
his
away.
fire chimneys.
I have a fire chimney. Basically, it's a hollowed out log that I find in the woods. I'll stick chainsaw holes in there, put dry wood in there, throw a match in, and the thing will come out like a blowtorch. You
That's
could have 10 people
beautiful.
around there staying
It's
warm
fun.
on a 20-degree night,
Wow.
telling stories and having
like
a great
a-
time.
Nature's 55-gallon drum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So nobody's singing
Yeah.
doo-wop.
Absolutely. Right.
yeah.
We'll be right back after this.
We created Vetfest as a way to bring together not only veteran organizations that have food or vendors, but also the service organizations that serve the veteran community, as well as people that just are veteran supporters.
This is our first year at Vetfest. We jumped at the opportunity. We love supporting veterans. I'm a veteran.
There are so many vendors, participants, veterans.
I had no idea just how big it is. There are so many vendors out here, so much fun. I'm loving the live music.
So today we have some of our tadpole obstacles set up. That's our kids course. We brought out everything from walls to carries, crawls. We have a rope swing.
Great to be at Vetfest. I'm a veteran myself in the United States Navy.
This is Team Foster's second time at Vetfest. Super excited to be out here. Lots of amazing vendors, great energy, fantastic people.
This year, the thing that I enjoy the most is just to see the success of all the different vendors and the excitement that they're having about being here, potentially be coming back next year, and even adding to this, adding more vendors and adding more veteran-owned organizations that can just, raise the awareness of what veterans are capable of.
Now back to Shots on the Go.
Do you want to ask Deborah what she did in the military?
I did everything.
You did everything in the
Everything.
military?
I started out when I was 17 years old. I enlisted and I was an administrative specialist, which now they would call, I think, communication specialist. And then I got my degree. I was in the Air National Guard in Ohio. I got my degree, and then I went back and I was like, I think I became an officer, and I was a maintenance admin officer for a bit, and then I wanted to fly. So then I went back and I started getting my private license, and then I was like, I think I want to fly in the Air Force. So then I was at a Chicago O'Hare, and that was a unit that accepted me. And again, it was in the Air National Guard. I was in the KC-135, and actually my eyes weren't good enough. So they said, you want to be a navigator? So then I became a navigator, met Royce. And then we got married and lived in Little Rock. And then so I did that for a little while, and then we moved back here. I got out of flying, and I was a wing exec officer. I did operations and plans.
Wow.
And I taught Air Force ROTC. So
Wow.
I did a lot of different things.
Yeah, no,
And,
It's an extensive career.
yeah.
So I retired. I was teaching Air Force ROTC when I retired from the military.
That's not garbage in the field. If you look around one of these posts, that's a tape for the spotted lanternfly. Okay, so they're in their nymph stage, which is the head of a pin with white dots, black with white dots, and they're coming from these trees. They're coming from everywhere, and they're making their way to the food source. And as they get over there, they climb up the post, and they'll get stuck on those stickum traps. So one of them just fell off. So that's one of our mitigation aspects of the spotted lanternfly. Yeah, as well as scraping. We'll go through the vineyard, scrape all the eggs off prior to May 10th because they come out about that time.
Wow.
Yeah. Want to try some wine?
Yeah, let's try some wine. Let's get in there. Let's check this out.
All right. A lot of our people that come for tastings are new to wine. They want to, see what they like.
Right.
It's a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere, not talking characteristics, what it pairs with,
It's like, what kind of food do you like to eat? Let's tell you what we'll go with that.
Yeah.
It's more that kind of thing.
I like
more
that
down to
because
earth,
it's not
I
like
think.
exactly.
And I think the names, just if you haven't picked up on it yet, they're named after aviation terms. So like there's taxi, lift, cruise, and then happy landings. My favorite is my dad was in the Air Force, and when he would every day during basic training, I got a letter from him every day. And he would sign it, Happy Landings. And so it was just, it's always been really meaningful to me. Because, you're 18, first time away from home kind of thing, and having to go through all these things, and getting that letter from him.
Someone yelling at you.
What's that?
Someone yelling at you during basic training.
Right, I can't stand with my hands in my pocket or just whatever. I'm too relaxed. So, that's the one.
Awesome. So
we do make all the wines here. Okay, from the grapes that we discussed out in our vineyard to the juice that we get from Northeast PA or Northwestern PA. There's 34,000 acres of vineyards up there.
Wow.
So you could get almost any juice that you want. For example, our taxi is going to be a Cayuga. All right. Our attitude is going to be a pink Catawba. I don't grow those here, but I'll bring the juice in. I have my own recipe. Myself and Audra will make the wine, and then we'll serve it on.
That's beautiful. I love this. I love this for you guys because you're living on the land. You're out here. You're making wine. This is like goals right here. This is goals. So let's try one. Let's see let's try the Happy Landings. Since you brought that up, that's I love the bottles too. How do you guys do the?
So this is a Brianna, and we grow it here. I'm just gonna I probably poured you a little bit more than I needed for you. Go ahead and see if you like that.
Here, let's,
I don't have my glasses
well,
on.
here, we might as well have some with them. Hold on a second, guys.
Really nice.
So the Brianna itself is a good grape to blend with different things. But when I first started making wine from it, I'd go out and the sugar levels would get to that 18 bricks. And I'd pick them off the vine and I'd go ahead and eat them. And it was incredible.
Wow.
And I'm like, I want to make the wine taste just like the grape that you pick off. And I think we accomplish that. So
I'm not really a wine person because it's too dry and it's like kind of chalky. But this is very good.
This is very good.
Like
This is considered semi-sweet, right?
yes, semi-sweet.
Would you consider this like a dessert wine, or would this white wine you use with pasta?
Like a steak.
Whatever you like.
For white one, chicken.
Chicken, Like I'm feeling like chicken, pasta, anything with like cherry tomatoes. It's kind of giving me that, like that. This is really
It has
delicious.
the tartness in it, so you want something that would complement the tartness.
Wow, that's delicious.
But at the beginning, I really taste, or maybe at the end, I taste just a white grape taste.
So to expand our products, we have Eagles Rest Happy Landing Apple. Okay, so we'll go to a local apple orchard, get their pressed cider, bring it back down here, make wine out of it, and then we have our recipe of a mixture of 4/5 to 1/5 apple wine and Brianna. So we have everything from sweet to dry, red to white, and in between.
That's good.
So we started out with It was going to be 5 wines when we opened up. Okay, and blueberry was going to be one of our fruit wines.
Oh wow, yeah.
So a couple $1,000s for the juice, and I'm making it with the wrong yeast, and I'm trying to get it to taste good, and it's not tasting good. I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that was a huge experiment to lose out on. So that never made the bottle. So we actually opened with 4 different wines. I'm scared to death. What if nobody likes our 4 wines?
Yeah.
Randy came to the rescue that we talked before. He says, make a good product, have a good atmosphere, and enjoy yourself. They will enjoy it with you. And he just, eased my anxiety. We started with 4. We have robusted to about 15 right now, and it's been a lot of fun, especially when we're finishing off a wine, and we're like, all right, how much of this, how much of that, as we're putting it, how long do we leave the oak on it? Okay. And we'll take our samples out, and we'll keep on taking samples out with the high, out with the low, and we'll fine tune what really tastes good, and then we'll make our decision off of that.
That's so much fun.
Do you guys wholesale to like any stores around here, or is it just here?
Oh, the Broadheadsville, Kinsley ShopRite, Pocono Beer, American Candle. We're in a couple of different restaurants.
And everything. So thank you so much for being a part of Vetfest. Hopefully you'll have. I'm almost guaranteed you're going to sell. I know I'm buying some of this when I get there. Absolutely. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you guys there and everything like that.
Great.
And then thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for coming up.
Definitely. Eagles Rest Cellars, guys. Eagles Rest Cellars. Make sure you guys...
Stroudsburg, PA.
Make sure you guys follow, like, and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.
On behalf of Greencastle, your nation's premier strategy execution firm, I'm your host, Al Green, and we'll see you in the next episode.